Yes, the Zoom call we had.
COVID's hit. New Zealand's canned. Chicago's cancelled.
Yep.
2020 plans were sweet, gonna go so well, best year ever, to like, calendar's empty. Like, you're not flying anywhere, you're not traveling. I remember the conversation kind of started still along similar lines. I remember it kind of was like, yeah, don't know how we can run this virtually. I don't know. I don't think it's possible. But then I remember you just said, you're just like, yeah, but why? It got me to think about a better question to ask. Instead of saying like, this is impossible, it can't be done. As opposed to asking the question, how can we do this?
Yeah, how could it be done?
How could it be done?
Yeah.
And again, my brain started going and I was visualizing Excel dashboards and all sorts of stuff and going, hang on a sec, we could replicate tax in that way.
And it was, man, it was your time to shine.
So, like classic Stephen Darcy fashion, we put on an event. Sales Game Virtual Edition before we had
is a thing now.
Built it.
Hey, give us a big wave, everyone. How good is this?
Funnily, when we reflect on that, that's happened all the events. We start with an idea, then we back ourselves, we put on an event, we get people into it, then we create. But we ran the first ever Sales Game Virtual with an Excel dashboard and Zoom. And we had 24 players from 4 different countries and 5 or 6 different time zones.
It was a Canadian and an American.
Yeah, played all night.
Played all through the night.
Because they really wanted to get their hands on the game.
And it was that experience that let us know, well, okay, the Excel dashboard worked, but it required us to run it manually. And then we got in touch with Frank Fava, who played the game, the virtual edition, loved it, he had a ball. And he's a website developer and app developer. He's working over in Sweden now, but we said, Frank, could you help us build an app out of this?
Get this, you haven't heard this story.
Okay.
During the Shark Tank, Frank pitched me the idea of, I think we could build
an app
for this. So he came up with the app within the sales game.
It's a bit meta, isn't it?
Pitched through the Shark Tank for me to give him chips. It was great. Like it was really, really interesting. But that was a complete game changer.
Yes, the app that's been created is essentially now the platform through which the whole game is played. And as we're shooting this right now, that brings us up to today. That brings us up to where the sales game currently is. It's a fully created virtual experience. That includes each of the 4 principles. It includes all of the unlocks, and it's all the learning is still the same. It's all experiential. In fact, it's more relevant to the modern world we live in now, because if you can't sell virtually, you can't sell at all anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
most of your sales conversations are going to have a virtual aspect.
And so, the sales game virtual and what it's become, and the app that it's played through and the platform that it exists on now, compared to where we were when we said, man, we're running good businesses, everything's fine, but something needs to change. If you could compare those 2 worlds now to where it's sitting, it's just been an extraordinary journey. Not just for us, but for everyone who's played it and everyone who's experienced it, and those who are watching this that have experienced it, they know what we're talking about. Like it's something to behold. But I feel like we're just at the start, really.
Yeah.
The future of it is super bright. Is not going to be without its challenges from a business perspective, challenges from a tech perspective. I think we're both learning a lot about that world.
It's been a lot of fun.
But overall, man, if the minimum standard is the experience people had back when it was just an Excel spreadsheet, compared to now, the challenges that we face moving ahead are probably going to be pretty high quality challenges. So I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped for the people, for the future players, for those who haven't played it yet. They're going to get their opportunity, which is awesome. Again, something
Anywhere
I'm
in the
sure
world.
we're both humbled by, for the opportunity to actually play our part in creating.
Being online, it certainly didn't take away from the experience, and in some ways it even added to the experience.
It's almost, I think it's pretty much impossible to not get a learning in this room, in this experience.
It is something you will not find anywhere else, and completely blew my mind. So go do it. You won't regret it.
Nah, I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. This has been one of the most transformational days of my life, and if not the most.
Thank you.
Thank you.